Buhari took time off her busy schedule to party with children at a fun fair in Abuja. Jide Onifade reports that the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation joined forces with the wife of the President in ensuring that the children had the time of their lives.
Women need to be given an opportunity.
True to her nature and over the years, wife of the President, Aisha Buhari, has expressed a deep passion for the health of mothers and children. Their well-being has always been our concern, and through her foundation, she has reached out to several of them.
Move back, move back, move back. Let's go. Are you ready? 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 Let's go.
And as the nation celebrates 58th Independence Anniversary, the Office of the Wife of the President catches in by organizing this Children Fun Fair in conjunction with the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. As explained, the program is to make the children happy.
You can see the children happy, catching fun, enjoying themselves. That's the essence of the event.
Wife of the President, in the person of Dr. Mrs. Aisha Buhari, is very passionate about children. Even her pet program, Future Assured, is about children, about women, children, the adolescents. And she does everything that's within her power and within her will to ensure the well-being of this category of people in our society.
Dimilade is a primary 4 pupil and she wants to be an actress. But first, she wants to show others here the stuff she's made of. More than 600 children, majority of them from internally displaced camps and orphanages in Abuja, all here at this park, catching fun.
I have fun by dancing.
I'm so happy that they are happy. The children are tomorrow's future, and we need to take care of them. And I feel that it's the responsibility of we, the elders in the society, to make sure that we give them those opportunities where they can blossom, they can bloom, and they can become anything that they desire to be.
So you can see, the future is very bright. It's very, very bright. We are happy, we are proud.
As the organizers say, children are born equal, and everyone, privileged or less privileged, must be given equal opportunity in life.
Thank you and God bless you.
Later in the day, the Film, Art and Music Festival, one of the major events in the lineup of activities in the celebration of Nigeria's 58th anniversary, was held. It was an all-day and all-night event. It brought together over 28 notable and upcoming Nigerian artists. The aim was to introduce to the youth government intervention programs that are specifically targeted at them. Over 3,000 youth were in attendance.
Children and youths love to party, don't they? Moving on, Nigerians living in other countries never get carried away by the limits that distance presents and forget their culture. This explains why the Igbo community in Ghana aligned with their folks back home to mark the New Yam Festival. Chidinma Ndubisi witnessed how the traditional rites for the king of crops were carried out in that country.
A cultural fiesta as Nigerians showcase their rich cultural heritage in Ghana. The Igbo people in this part of the globe are keeping a date with tradition in marking the New Yam Festival. Tradition is at its best here, shown in the attire of different cultures, depicting people proud of their roots, the African people.
It is not just to eat yam, but we are celebrating life. I am also challenging every African to please celebrate your culture, celebrate your tradition anywhere you are.
One thing that stands out at this gathering is the unity of purpose exhibited by royalties, especially those of non-Igbo extraction who traveled all the way from Nigeria. One traditional ruler that is not missing in action, reputed for promoting cultural harmony, national unity, and cohesion, is His Royal Highness Apollos Chu. He's not alone. He came all the way from Okorieleme in Rivers State with some of his cabinet members. As custom demands, the cutting and eating of the new yam signal celebration of bountiful harvest and herald a new farming season.
We thank the government of Ghana for giving opportunity to Nigerians to freely run their businesses according to how they are dealing with. And also plead to our own children. Don't cause anything that will bring trouble to you or bring shame to Nigeria. Be a brand to Nigeria. The call for unity, peace, and prosperity between Ghana and Nigeria.
Trust Nigerians to show solidarity, particularly in foreign land, driving home the spirit of patriotism and loyalty.
We are always united in any program. We are here to promote Nigerian culture.
The host nation and their monarchs are also in alliance.
Fantastic history, the link between the Nigerians and the Ghanaians. The Igbos have really contributed in the economy, in the political and social of Ghana, and the houses, and the Yorubas.
Can take the Nigerian out of Nigeria, but he carries his country along. Good one by the Igbo in Ghana. The young lady you're about to meet has lived a checkered life. You heard me right. She's young, but has been through a lot. It all started when she was just a toddler. A ghastly road accident affected her physically. Living with disability is tedious. However, things are looking up for her lately. Ime Odori, who met her recently, compiled the story.
21-year-old Karimot Lawal is a third-year student of history and international relations at the Osun State University. Her composure radiates beauty and inner strength that one cannot readily tell that she's living with physical disability. It all started a few weeks after her 5th birthday in 2001 in the densely populated neighborhood of Ketu in Lagos. Karimot had resumed school and was looking forward to learning and have fun. By midday, her teacher instructed the class to go out to hunt for crown cocks for kindergarten games. It was while at it that everything changed for Karimot.
We already gathered the cocks. We were returning home on that fateful day when the motorcycle rider lost control of the motorcycle and came and just hit me. So I fell. So because I was scared, I raised my right foot, unknowing that I raised it inside the spoke of the motorcycle. But on rushing me to the hospital, I noticed a dog ran from nowhere and just carried the foot and ran away. Maybe it thought the foot was meat or so, but people said the dog was a spiritual or an evil dog.
The incident of that afternoon not only left her life several scars on her body, which she still hides under her clothing, it also threw all diverse forms of emotional and psychological challenges her way.
Even my little sister, whenever we have a little sisters-to-sister quarrel, she'll tell me, you have a half leg, 1.5 leg.
Karimot was determined against all odds to live her dream. She trudged on and gained admission into the university to pursue her ambition of becoming a medical doctor. She took part-time job as a ticket officer with a lag bus in order to supplement the meager allowance her parents are able to provide for her education. The Vice-Chancellor of the Delta State University and his members of Senate took a decision to heed Karimot's plea for help.
Myself and my husband actually saw the story. He saw it and read it to me.
It's a Punch newspaper, so he will get in touch. He will maybe ask the editor. And somehow, after some days, he came home and told me that he has gotten in touch with the newspaper and they said they will be able to take us or connect us with the girl.
She didn't take unorthodox means to strive for better education. She had this challenge. It didn't deter her.
To this end, a 7-man delegation traveled from Delta to Lagos in order to meet with Karimot. That magnanimity has brought a positive change to Karimot's life and that of her family after she was presented to checks to pay for academic tuition and to acquire a prosthesis that would make work comfortable.
I'm very happy that may God give them the grace and long life to be doing such thing.
We have actually discussed with our Director of Health Services through the Director of Health of DEXU to ensure that we actually monitor the student in carrying out and purchasing the prostheses for the purpose.
Karimot says the gesture has inspired her determination to make a difference in the world in spite of a disability.
My dream now is to become someone that will be very, very respected in the society, and I'll be able to help people.
Many thanks to her benefactor. That is what being your brother's keeper means in real terms. It's time to take a break. Make sure you are there when we return. More to come.
I need a product that I can really trust to restore my skin's natural glow.
Nivea Natural Fairness Body Lotion containing unique berry extracts and UV protection to restore your natural glow and care for your skin.
Hello, here to pick up your sister? Mommy? Wow, such beautiful glowing skin.
Reveal your natural glow with Natural Fairness Body Lotion from Nivea.
Darling, what's the matter? It's your birthday. Guests are already waiting at the pool.
It's headache, cold, pains all over my body.
Cold Time Anti-Cold Tablet contains powerful ingredients specially prepared to bring you fast relief from headache, body ache, cough, flu, cold, and fever.
Baby, how are you feeling now?
Wow, I feel great thanks to Cold Time Tablet.
Cold Time Tablet also available with syrup for children. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Cold Time Anti-Cold Tablet, a quality product from Embassy Pharmaceutical and Chemicals Limited. Cold Time Anti-Cold Tablet, your visa to healthy living.
All right, kids, today you're all going to tell me how you all spent your holidays. So the essay will be... Who did that? Who did that?
Share in the fun and excitement of the musical session with great tasting Indomie noodles. Hurry now and get yours. Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Welcome back. It was a day of testimonies and thanksgiving for NTA's former Executive Director of Finance and Admin, Venerable Imachigbo Mbanogo, when he celebrated the landmark age of 70. The event, which kicked off at St. Stephen's Anglican Church, Nokwa, Anambra State, was well attended by family and guests who used the opportunity of the occasion to appreciate the character of the celebrant. Udo Okoronkwo Chukwu has details.
Stephen's Church reverberated with songs of praises, signifying the reason for the gathering. 7 decades of existence for man or nation is indeed a milestone, and for Venerable Mbanugo, his 70th birthday is worth giving thanks to God who made it possible. Surrounded by his family, the clergy, church members, former colleagues and friends, he cast the picture of contentment and God's amazing grace. Anglican Bishop on the Niger, Right Reverend Owen Nwokolo, in his sermon says, thanksgiving should be total and from the heart. He noted that appreciation for God's blessings propels him to do more.
Anybody that doesn't recognize what God does, anybody that doesn't recognize the Lordship of the Lord Jesus, the Lordship of the Lord Almighty in his or her life, such a one is really foolish.
At his country home, Venerable Mbanugo, assisted by his wife and children, called the birthday cake to the admiration of many. He expressed profound gratitude to God and for all that supported him.
The 70 years, they have not been easy, but again, they've been exciting, they've been fruitful, and they've been result-oriented. That has gotten me to where I am today. And that's why I am grateful to God. But I'm not just 70, but I'm strong at 70.
We've lived very happily. I will say I've had a blissful marriage. He's a very caring and loving husband and a wonderful daddy to the children. So I'm glad that I made my choice. And like I said, if I come back in next life, I would like to be married to him.
Associates, including the Director General, Nigerian Television Authority, Malam Ibn Mohammed, who was represented by the Zonal Director, Enugu Network Center, Benny Moji, described Venerable Mbanugo as a committed and upright person.
Oga Mbanugo is the best. He's the people's person, our king. Oga is so calm. Sometimes we used to wonder if he ever got angry. And the crowd says it all.
He's a great person. When I say it, I put it in the perspective of the people Emma has touched.
Born in 1948, Venerable Emma Mbanugo had a successful and fulfilled career with the NTA until his retirement in 2008 as the Executive Director of Finance and Administration, after which he was ordained a priest of the Anglican Communion in 2011. The occasion of his 70th birthday also provided an opportunity for him to offer scholarship to members of his community.
Many happy returns of the celebration, and we wish the celebrants all the best. Next up, Nigerian youths with an eye for business are getting opportunities to launch their enterprises. This follows huge investments in the sector and sponsorship of business sustenance for new entrepreneurs by Total E&P Limited, Nigeria, in Lagos, in conjunction with Tunisia Energy Consulting and Professional Services Limited. Mohammed Abdul Kadri was there for Newsline.
Are the faces of graduating entrepreneurs. They have diverse backgrounds and they are players in diverse sectors of the country's economy. This is thanks to the Business Sustenance Initiative for New Entrepreneurs, sponsored by Total upstream companies in Nigeria in conjunction with Tunisia Energy Consulting and Professional Training Services Limited. Yours truly keyed into the intellectually driven entrepreneurial exercise with 25 beneficiaries who are changing the narrative in the nation's entrepreneurship sector. The two-day training is part of corporate social responsibility of Total E&P Nigeria Limited and is another strategy of uplifting and deepening entrepreneurship in Nigeria.
Capacity building is believed to be one of the ways to transform our society by providing employment opportunities for our youths while reducing poverty and ensuring sustainable economic growth.
Participants from different tertiary institutions were selected and given skills acquisition training in different skill areas.
Interestingly, this young manufacturer is preparing to surpass the pedigree of Africa's richest man.
Total Nigerian Limited has done remarkably well. So what we've learned so far is how to penetrate markets.
A graduate of mass communication, Moses Idu, has no regret in venturing into fish farming.
Our business vision is basically to make quality, premium, and affordable food available to all.
Other young entrepreneurs who bagged certificates as web designers, catering, and ICT experts say they are bringing to the table quality service delivery in the national entrepreneurship landscape.
I'm proud to say that I have employed 2 additional workers.
My interaction with the chief executive of Tonsia Energy Consulting and Professional Services Limited and an iconic lawyer on the future of these entrepreneurs ignited my hope for a better Nigeria.
What Tonsia and other training areas are doing is to prepare these kids on how they can outreach.
I think Total is creating future business leaders.
Raffle draws added pies to the closing ceremony.
I'm so happy. I did plan for this, and again, they didn't even tell us we were going to do any raffle draw.
Total E&P Limited Nigeria, in collaboration with Tonsia Energy Consulting and Professional Services, have trained 75 new entrepreneurs in skills acquisition and business sustenance since 2015 to date.
Moving on, they are an organization known to be the first in many innovations as it relates to financial transactions. They love to push the boundaries to open Nigeria, Nigerians, and industries to the world, as well as ensure the ease of doing business transaction is achieved. They have yet again recorded another first, and Adiola Omokive will tell us more tonight on Newsline.
That organization, which started about 20 years ago in Nigeria, is a unified payment. It was first registered as Smart Card Nigeria PLC and later changed to Value Card Nigeria PLC. It is also the first company in Nigeria to become a payment scheme, as well as the first and only chip and pin plastic in Nigeria, amongst other firsts. A couple of years ago, American Express, one of the biggest financial companies in the world, blacklisted Nigeria. This unpleasant situation propelled Unified Payment to seek to alter the negative opinion about Nigeria. This has paid off after about 10 years, hence the official launch of the American Express card acceptance in Nigeria. Unified Payment recorded another first as the only organization to be licensed as an acquirer of American Express card in Nigeria to enable transactions take place between Nigeria and the United States without the use of cash and without fear of being defrauded. Unified Payment prides itself in its mission statement of professionalism, respect, innovation, dependability, and execution.
Businesses have not experienced fraud when foreign card holders come and transact with them using the platform of UP. That is what we will continue to do. That is what we know how to do best.
Alternate Chairman, Unified Payment, Victor Etioku, says American Express provides its customers access to products, services, and experiences that enrich lives and build business success.
As we launch MX Return to Nigeria, it signals our payment programs and policies in Nigeria, the governance around it, the risk management around it is now at par with the rest of the world.
Several partners of Unified Payment endorsed the latest payment scheme.
It's a very big international brand, and a lot of people, especially people traveling from America, don't even know the other brands. They all know American Express.
One of the partners is ourselves, provide the right kind of platforms and partnerships. We can only strengthen our resolve in this space and even do a lot more.
Unified Payment with this partnership is directly responsible for recruiting new merchants to accept American Express cards and manage ongoing relationships.
2 months ago, the Oba of Benin, Oba Ewari II, stormed the palace of the Olu of Warri in majestic style. It was a memorable visit, and we reported the historic meeting of the two monarchs. The bond between the two kings was further strengthened when the Olu of Warri, Ogiame Ikenoli, traveled to the palace of Benin Kingdom, where he was hosted prestigiously. Ifeoma Okafo was there.
The long-time relationship between Benin and Warri can be likened to that of father and son. The Oba of Benin, His Royal Majesty Oba Ewaye II, in recognition of this long-standing relationship between the two kingdoms, had paid a thank you visit sometime in July this year to appreciate the Olu of Warri, His Majesty Ogiame, for attending his coronation. On these visits, to reciprocate the gesture, the Olu of Warri is in company of his Queen Mary and son Oyowole and his palace chiefs. The Olu of Warri is received with open arms by the Oba of Benin, who promises that the relationship between the two kingdoms will continue to be solidified.
We are very, very appreciative. It's a sign of very warm things, a sign of very good things, warm relationship to come. For coming to one of your presidents, the power of the when you came that day, it was we all happiness and joy because you cemented the history. We believe that yes, our kingdom emanated from here.
Then comes the exchange of gifts. This is the first time Olu of Warri is visiting Benin Kingdom after the coronation visit in 2016.
Indeed, a historic visit that will be remembered for a very long time. Moving on, the Zodiac Children's Birthday Party is a monthly affair at NTA Abeokuta. Children born within a given month are celebrated with pomp, and this month's edition had the Ogun State Deputy Governor in attendance. Mohammed Adibowale captured the highlights.
The excitement of the children knew no bounds at the September edition of the NTA Abeokuta Zodiac Children's Birthday Party held at the Ogbe premises of the station. Their excitement got livelier with the arrival of the Deputy Governor of Ogun State, Mrs. Yetunde Ononuga, also a celebrant who joined other September children in their multitude to celebrate. It was indeed a rare privilege for the 1,000 plus children in attendance. From dancing competition to games and playlets, the children, their parents and guests were treated to lots of fun.
This party was very fantastic. Today is my happiest day, seeing the Deputy Governor of Ogun State, Mrs. Yetunde Ononuga.
The Deputy Governor acknowledged the laudable initiative and commended the management staff of NTA Abeokuta for providing the platform for Ogun children to socialize.
They should face their studies squarely. Where I am today is by the grace of God and through hard work, and because I faced my studies when I was in school. So I'm enjoying them that they should face their studies and come out in flying colors.
The monthly Zodiac Children's Birthday Party started late 2017 when Mrs. Fumi Wakama assumed duty as the general manager of the station.
I did a comparison, of the three main towns I had lived in Nigeria, and I found that Abeokuta was too quiet for my liking, especially where it concerns children and activities relating to them. So I sat with my management team and we came up with this idea of rebranding the NTA Abeokuta Zodiac Party.
The children obviously had fun. Great that it's a monthly affair. Others can have their turn too. Thanks for staying with Newsline thus far. Time for some messages. I'll be right back.
Speech is not a joke. It incites genocide and crimes against humanity. Most of Africa's civil wars are caused by hate speech from one tribe against another. We don't want it here. The Nigerian government stands firm against hate speech.
Under no conditions whatsoever should we tolerate or excuse or justify hate speech or hateful conduct of any kind, especially where such is illegal.
There's no doubt that the resurgent push for separatism, as well as the rising cases of ethnic and religious disharmony, are all traceable to the growing phenomenon of hate speech.
One nation bound in freedom, peace and unity.
Nigeria, one nation, one people.
This is a public service announcement brought to you by NTA.
What we are really cultivating here is a better future for all Nigerian women. And it's not always easy. Panadol Extra relieves headache, backache, joint pain, toothache, and menstrual pain. The pain is worth it.
I need a product that I can really trust to restore my skin's natural glow. Nivea Natural Fairness Body Lotion, containing unique berry extracts and UV protection to restore your natural glow and care for your skin.
Hello, here to pick up your sister? Mommy? Wow, such beautiful glowing skin.
Reveal your natural glow with Natural Fairness Body Lotion from Nivea.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the daring and invincible Louis the Mosquito. Responsible for 200 malaria cases all on its own. Is there anything that can kill Louis? Morphine! Presenting Mortine's Power Guard. Its powerful formula kills malaria mosquitoes fast. So, get Mortine's Power Guard.
This is my first experience riding this train. I've heard about it so much all around the city.
Actually, I'm surprised that such a development is coming to us.
I was impressed, saw neat, and actually you can compare with any type of train, all over the world.
I could not imagine that I'll be going from Edo straight to the airport by train.
And the environment is so clean, and the ACs are cool.
I want to commend federal government for the initiative to provide these train services.
And I wish to laud the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari in seeing that this project is a reality.
Please get ready to alight on the right side of the train. Thank you.
What makes a Nigerian mom powerful?
I trust the power of Dettol's One Capful for bathing. The power of Dettol's One Capful protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Be 100% sure.
These days, people get their news and information from more media sources than ever before. Some of the news and information given are fake, unverified, doctored, and manufactured to create confusion, stir disaffection, and cause disunity. Before you believe or share any news, ask yourself, is this real? Is it from a credible source? Is it verified or verifiable? Fake news is dangerous, whether you do it for fun or for political gains. Real people can get hurt. Fake news, don't create it, don't spread it.
This is a public service announcement from NTA.
Glad to have you back. For most parts of Nigeria, the ideals of promoting self-help approach towards achieving the common good of the community enables development and unity, and this deserves some form of celebration. In Nasarawa State, the practice in the various communities is meeting government halfway by coming together annually to improve the local economy. Hamza Musa Merkafi reports.
When the people of like minds come together, it will not be difficult to conceive, select, and implement projects of their choice. Government at all levels encourage this inward-looking approach, popularly known to many as Aikingaya, a local parlance to benefit the people. Here, it is about the rehabilitation of 20 kilometers road, which Ilyasu Muluku and others remember was opened in 1945. The axis is a hub of agricultural production, and participants in the value chain know there is unbroken connection between the road and development.
All over the Nigeria, we cannot fold our arms, waiting for the government to do everything for us.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I've been an advocate of this kind of a thing.
This way, we believe with this effort, it will make a lot of things easier for our farmers.
Traditional leaders, as strong advocates in driving the initiative, are aware by bringing people to work together is a sign of peace and stability, as well as telling the government about their needs. With attention to opening up rural areas by the Nasarawa State government, it will just be a matter of time when these communities take their turn and be rewarded for their hard work.
Hamza, thanks for that feature. Next up, the skin is the largest organ of the human body. Apart from serving as a covering, it defines our race and age. Now, it is needful to take care of your skin. However, some go beyond polishing the exterior to outrightly changing the complexion. More common is skin whitening. It is fast taking over, with skin experts smiling to the bank. This report, compiled by Diana Ajali, examines reasons for this trend.
More and more Nigerians, particularly women, are whitening their skin. Respondents give likely reasons why this culture is getting popular.
And the lady has been observing you that you have a flair for fair ladies like you because we are fair. And the lady will feel threatened that, look, if this is what my husband likes, I'm making, when I see other young ladies outside, you used to trip. Why don't I also tone my skin so that my husband will like me?
Some girls, because of men. Some women, because some men, they like yellow person. And when their wife is a black person inside house, they will abandon the wife at house, begin follow the girls when bleach. So that is why many women, many girls are bleaching.
So I noticed it's good for my skin, so I just decided to use it.
If people felt so strongly about skin whitening, what would they do if their spouses decided to whiten their skin?
To me, people who are doing that lack self-confidence. Because if you are proud of who you are, proud of what you can do and achieve on your own, skin color should not matter. It shouldn't be a barrier to where you aim to be and where you strive to be.
We should also understand that these things cost money, cost a lot of money. So in cases where there's shortage of money, it means he would not buy that particular cream he is using, and it will mean his skin tone will change. So if he was very fair or fair to a particular level or to extent, it happens that he will begin to darken, and I really would not want something like that.
And if their daughter or son presents a guy or a lady who is into skin whitening as their prospective husband or wife, how would they react?
So I will not buy that idea at all. What they have is not sufficient for what they want to copy another culture.
Now, what are the implications of whitening one's skin? A consultant dermatologist, Dr. Akinshiku Oluwatoyin, says they are life-threatening.
People forget that our skin is actually an organ.
on its own. So when you use things that many of the agents, that are being used are not safe for the systemic, for our system, and so you can get side effects whereby they can cause kidney toxicity, where the patients can come down in the long run with some chronic kidney failure, because these things contain things like mercury, hydroquinone. Some patients even use steroids, and steroids can affect the long use of steroids can affect the adrenals, because it won't let the adrenals function properly. It could also, long use of steroids also thins the skin and makes you more prone to having injuries.
The general opinion is there's nothing as maintaining the natural complexion is not only safer, but also more appealing.
And I would stress that caution should be the watchword. The Ember months are here again. Just to be clear, the last 4 months of the year attack the Ember months. They all end with Ber. That's why. Now, Annie Daniels came across a group of Nigerians who have phobia for this period. So she went a step further to find out if their fears are justified.
Have you observed that people become apprehensive during the Ember months? I mean, September, October, November, and December. Those who are scared explain why.
Kidnapping is rampant more during the Ember period, and ritualists are out there looking for victims.
Like day before yesterday, somebody they cut somebody's head and put for backo bag. They catch them for Abuja.
Witches and wizards also know that during this period, there is room for them to operate. So that is why during Ember month, people cover themselves more with the blood of Jesus.
They are quite open about their fears that evil lurks and thrives more during the last 4 months of the year. But do these facts on ground justify their anxiety?
Yes, very, very true. There's a lot of unnecessary anxiety among drivers during these periods, and they tend to be reckless.
The level of criminality, yes, it decreases because economic activities also increases. A lot of people may need money, either, in any way, just to ensure that they get this money. So they get into crimes. During this period, more people are brought into the prison. So we are stressed.
On the other hand, this group of respondents insist that the apprehension attached to the Ember months is a fickle of the imagination.
You are defined by what you believe, what you think. So I don't believe in such. In fact, I believe I can do much more than I've done since the beginning of the year in Ember months.
But people give careful thoughts, analysis to what happens from September because of the Ba involved. People die, accident occurs, which is unprepared for at any point in time in the year, and not only attached to that period of time.
We have progressed so much now. Our faculty has gone beyond witches, wizards. These are just all kind of fabrications to frighten ourselves. Not there's no science in it. Religious-wise, no way. Environment of the poor, all kinds of things happen. All kinds of belief, such as this too.
All the months is for Allah, it's for God.
In spite of these explanations, people still hold on to their belief that the Ember months are characterized by lots of evil occurrences. And sure enough, law enforcement agencies like the police beef up security. In addition, traffic maintenance agencies engage in massive campaigns on travel safety.
If your vehicle is not in good conditions and you're on the road with one-hour tires and you have a bus tire and you crash and you say somebody's pursuing from the village, that is crass responsibility. The most important thing is to imbibe the attitude of safe driving. And the issue of Ember months is that there's increase in vehicular density. People are moving because they are planning a program in December.
While religious organizations intensify prayers.
What is the aim of the prayers? Draw closer to God. Abi? Turning back to God. Repentance. If they want to cross to the new year, well, they do it. If they are in the new year, they do it.
Just in case the trepidation for Ember months may be true.
The people, unemployed youths, should be given jobs. The government should provide jobs for youths, that are energetic, because these are the people sustaining the economy.
There's need for a positive attitudinal change, improving on your safe driving culture. Ensure your vehicle is okay. Ensure you don't overload with passengers. Ensure the engine of the vehicle, everything is okay. But it's advisable for Nigerians to reduce the frequency of night travels present.
The Ember months are what they are, months. There's nothing to be afraid of. Wonder who started the scare? It's superstition, okay? We'll take our last break right away. Our final segment will follow after that.
Nigerians. Suicide bombers are not spirits. They are not ghosts. They are human beings like you and me. They live amongst us. They are your neighbors. They are your friends today, but terrorists tomorrow. So you must know your neighbor now. Security begins with you and me. Know your neighbor. Be vigilant. Be security conscious. Report suspicious persons, objects, and movements to the police and other security agencies. The security of our nation is a duty for you and me.
If you see something, say something. Nigeria, unite against terrorism. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
You probably have observed a minute's silence in honor of the dead, but have you ever wondered where the tradition originated from? Are you aware of the significance of those few quiet moments? Jane Ojukwu will enlighten us.
May we have a minute of silence in her honor on this occasion. May her soul rest in peace.
A social gathering observing a minute's silence for the departed. Observing a minute's silence as tribute to the dead is a global custom. The gesture is also in respect of those who mourn. Most sports tournaments begin with a minute's silence, while schools, offices, and social gatherings also observe the tradition following terror attacks or natural disasters.
And it is just to respect the dead, especially when that person, the person is of a great influence to either the organization, the society, or the particular group that it belongs.
I can remember 2011 for my grandfather when he died. 1 minute silence was observed.
And when I was in secondary school, one of my classmates passed away. So we are asked to give him the last honor by observing the silence for 1 minute.
There are some activities around death, and then one of it is apart from burial and some other rites that you have to perform. One of it is thought to have a minute silence for that person, to respect the person and to say that, yes, we give honor to whom honor is due.
But do you know when and where this tradition originated from?
I've observed it before, but I don't really know the origin of it.
The first recorded instance of an official moment of silence for the dead took place in Portugal on February 13, 1912. The Portuguese Senate dedicated 10 minutes of silence to José Mariada da Silva Paranhos, the Minister of the Exterior of the Brazilian government, who died 3 days earlier. In Britain, the first silence lasted 2 minutes on the Armistice Day, the 11th of November, 1919, during the first anniversary of the day the World War I ended. Back home in Nigeria, 1 minute is allotted to the silence, but is it really observed to the 60th second?
The thing is that they don't used to measure they can just say a minute silent for the dead person, and in a few seconds, may the soul of this person rest in peace, and they end it. Not that, had it been, there can be a time to measure that, well, would have been better. It's still a good thing so that we can maximize that honor we want to give to such person.
That one happens to also be a function of the nature of the person, the character of the person, and what the person has been able to give to humanity. If such a person happens to be a person that seems to be noted for destruction of society, that does not have respect for humanity. They will just do it for the sake of doing it. They don't really mean what they are saying. And you will see a situation, say 1 minute, it might just be 2 seconds, and they will just close it down and move on. But when you see human beings that have contributed meaningfully to humanity, people will be deeply concerned, and it may even stay longer than the minutes that they mentioned.
How relevant is the tradition of observing 1 minute silence for the dead?
How cultural? What's the relevance? If it's relevant, why are we doing it without that sense of seriousness about the timing? Is it that you don't believe in it? Or is it that you are just doing it to fulfill your righteousness? And that's the nature of man. Man is given to fulfilling all righteousness. He does it for the sake of doing it. Whether he believes in what he's doing or not is another kettle of fish.
There's no religious thing that negates giving respect. Even during the time of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as a Muslim, there was a time a Christian died. He's a Christian, and there's evidence for that. So they were carrying his corpse beside him. So he ordered his companion that were with him that, please stand up. And they saw him stood, so others they stood as well. So after they passed, they now asked that, why do you stand up? The person that died is not a Muslim. He said, yes, we are using that to respect him. And you can see that even Islam has a traces or a background to what we are doing conventionally.
Thanks for the enlightenment, Jane. A special program on Senator Makara rally in Gusau comes up at 10:30 p.m., while Alibaba seriously takes off at 11 p.m. Thanks for being a part of Newsline. Let's do this again on Sunday, okay? Good night and God bless Nigeria.